Hey guys, it's Mr. Peterson. So I'm going to record today's experiment so you can kind of see what was going on in case you missed it. So here's an Agar cube. It's about 3 centimeters in width, about. Agar's hard to cut. So I'm going to cut this into 3 cubes. 3 cubes. A 3 centimeter cube, a 2 centimeter cube, and a 1 centimeter cube. So this block I'm going to cut that way. And they're going to be about about that. Not exactly, but about. So I'm going to cut this first one. So that one we can set aside. All right, this next one I have to cut down, right? So this one's going to be about 2. So now I'm going to cut a 2 centimeter block. All right, there's the 2 centimeter block. Now that's not a cube, right? So I have to cut this one down some more because you can see it's not 2 centimeters on the side. So I'm going to cut that to make it a cube. So I have to cut off 2 more sides. That's just waste. Now it's still not a cube, still not a dice, so I'm going to cut that. So there, that's pretty close to a cube. This is just some waste. I'm going to need that. Okay. That's about, is that a 2 centimeter cube? That looks a little more like a 1 centimeter cube. I don't know if I measured that. What the heck did you measure? We're going to turn that into the 1 centimeter cube one. Sorry, my bad. Cut 1 centimeter. So it should look like a dice when we're done. Now it's better. Alright. So there's our 1 centimeter cube. I know it's not a perfect cube. I know. Somebody will be like, it's not a cube. So we're going to cut that about right there. So now I'm making the 2 centimeter cube one. That one, that's about 2 centimeters. Yeah, it's pretty close. Make it a cube, so it has to be the same on all 4 sides. Okay. 2 centimeters, about right there. The stuff is hard to cut. Alright, so now I've got my 3 cubes. I got a bunch of waste. If you were here, you'd like to play with this. Most students do. They say it's kind of satisfying. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these cubes, these 3 cubes, and I'm going to put them into, this is vinegar. So this is full of, it's got about 300 milliliters of vinegar in it, which is an acid. The bromothymol blue is an indicator. It changes color in the presence of a base. So we're going to look for a color change. So I'm going to put this in here, all 3 of them at the same time. Now basically I just let it sit and I stir it every so often. So I'm not going to make you watch this for 10 minutes. I'll let it run for 10 minutes and then I'll start the recording again so you can see what the results look like. All right, so we're about a minute or so in. I've been stirring them ever so often. And maybe you can make some observations about what's happening. You can see the blue is going away. Hopefully you can see that a little bit. Hey, we're at about 2 minutes, actually about 3 minutes. And I zoomed it in and brought it in a little closer so you could hopefully see the color change that's occurring. So make some observations. I'll get the spoon out of there so you can see that. Hopefully you can see that some of the blue is going away. It's actually pretty dramatic. Hopefully you can see that now that the spoon is out of the way. We're at about 6 minutes now. Hopefully you can see the difference between the three. Eventually I'll take them out, and you'll be able to look more closely at them. We're at about 7 minutes. We're at about 9 minutes. Okay, so we're at 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cubes out, and I'm going to cut them in half. Just draining the vinegar off. It smells like pickles. So here we get the three cubes right there. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to blot them dry a little bit. Just take a little bit of the vinegar off. I think it just cuts down on the glare. It's easier for you to see what's going on. Now I'm going to cut them in half. So I'm just going to try to cut them directly in half. Let's use that side and that side. Just slice it down the middle. That one, that's the 3 centimeter cube one. Slice this one down the middle. Oof, don't want to spill the vinegar. Got the vinegar right there. Slice it down the middle there. All right, so I'm going to move those off to the side for a second. I'm going to get a dry piece of paper towel here. And I'm going to lay it open so you can see what's going on there. All right, now what I asked students to do, and maybe you saw your partners doing this, it was maybe you couldn't imagine what was going on, but they had to measure the blue stuff. So I'm not going to measure it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the metric ruler there, and you can pause the video and you can see how big that is. Okay, so that's the biggest cube. Each one of those, there's 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. So there's, right? This one's kind of, I'm going to turn it the other way, but you can still kind of see it a little bit. That one's pretty faded already. Okay, so that's what students did today. Now keep in mind that that blue in there, and that little bit of blue stuff in there, that's a three-dimensional structure, right? So you can, if I turn this, right, you can still see that it represents a part of a cube. It's actually pretty cool if you can see inside there. All right, so that's what we did today in class.